everybody, my name is Coach Marcus and I'm from Move Parkour.
Hi everyone, and I'm Coach Woosun.
And we're really excited today because we got some really cool equipment, new equipment. It's a bit of cone and bars from Decathlon and the Kipsta series. And from what I hear, it is actually very durable and is very suitable for high impact sports to practice, to train, because it lasts for a very long time.
Yeah, and just by looking at the cone, I can see that it's actually very rigid. It has a very heavy base, which actually makes it really stable.
You're absolutely right. This part is actually really heavy. And I noticed there's also a lot of like middle section holes. And one thing I really like about this was that it's actually very modular. Apparently you can do many things with it. And in parkour, we are always up for creativity and creating new flow. So I'm really excited to try this out. We're going to put it to the test and do some parkour around it. Alright guys, so the first attribute we're going to test is how modular these cones are, right? So Woosun, as the master of creative flow, what are some things you can think of when you see these cones and bars?
Okay, so really judging by how low the obstacle is right now, what I'll say is we can really try some ground movements. I think what we can do first is some ground monkeys.
Right? Okay, ground monkey.
Okay, so come, let's actually position these bars parallel to each other.
Right.
Okay, just like that. Alright.
Okay.
So from one end to another, we're just going to do ground monkeys just like that.
Nice. Right.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Alright.
Yeah, I think the first thing I noticed is that I'm forced to raise my hips. You know, when you do ground monkey, a lot of people tend to just drag their feet. But in this one, you're forced to actually raise your hips, right?
Yeah, exactly. So, raising your hips, right, is actually one of the key attributes in parkour.
Yeah.
In almost every parkour movements, you actually need to raise your hips, get that air time. That's when you actually get control in your movements.
Right.
Okay. Oh, what I also noticed is you can actually lower the bars just a bit.
What do you mean? Oh, yeah. So there's this hole here, which you can make the bars half a height shorter.
Yeah,
It makes it easier for beginners.
Yeah, exactly. So maybe some people who actually have trouble raising their hips up so high, you can actually start lower. Okay. You want to try one
let's
time?
try. Let's try.
Okay.
Yeah, that's definitely a lot easier to clear. And a lot of times when we do parkour, beginners are afraid to put their weight on their hands and they're afraid to raise their hips up, right?
Yes.
So this gives a very nice beginner level for people to start learning how to do the ground monkey.
Yes. Alright.
What else can we do?
So I actually thought of one already. I think we have been doing everything linear so far. What we can do is really changing the angle a bit.
Okay.
So what I can see is I think we can actually join this.
Bring it closer a bit.
Yeah. Alright. Now with the cones and bars aligned in a different manner right now, I think what we can do next is really try something creative. Now Marcus, I'm going to test your creativity a bit, right?
Okay.
You're going to start here and you're going to end by touching the cone. What can you think of?
Then I can go with the reverse
Like that.
and cartwheel.
Nice, I do like your one. Okay, I'm going to try one. Okay.
Nice, reverse vault.
Right.
Okay, that's not too bad, So far we've done quite a number of things, but what's your verdict? Did it pass the modular test?
So yes, I do think it passed the modular test. And in fact, just with 4 cones and 2 bars, we have already quite a unique route. Okay, imagine if you actually have more cones and more bars, right? You can actually create a very complicated route, right? The possibilities are limitless, to be honest.
Nice, yeah. I agree with you. I think this is going to be very interesting. We just need to get more of the bars, more of the cones. So modular test, pass?
Pass.
Pass. Let's move on to the next one.
Alright, so the next thing we have mentioned to try out is actually the durability of the cones, right?
Right.
So Marcus, what ways can you recommend for us to test this out?
To test the durability, I think we can use something that's explosive, because when something's explosive, there's bound to be some chaos when you crash.
Yeah, that's true.
And one of the most simplest form in parkour is the precision jump. Right, a precision jump is basically from jumping from one point to another point, but you must land exactly at a specific spot. So Usun, I've already taken the liberty to arrange the cones for you.
Okay.
You're going to start here, and you're going to reach here, and what we're going to do is we're going to increase the distance as we go. Right, I'm going to explain to you guys why we do that after this.
Okay,
Let's go. Nice, very good. Yeah.
Right,
So every time we do precision, we always increase the distance, right?
Yes.
And the reason we increase it is because we want to try to jump as far as we can to improve our explosive force. So also I'm going to challenge you. I'm going to bring this up here.
Oh damn.
Yeah, careful, don't trip.
Okay, try my best. Right.
Nice, very good. Oh, this is quite far.
It is.
Okay.
Nice one.
Okay, so you made it. We're going to increase one more time, okay?
Okay, got it.
Alright, let's go. Alright, give it a try.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Is that hurt?
No, not at all.
No? And it seems okay. Seems okay. Try again. You gonna give it a shot?
Yeah, it's funny. I hardly felt anything actually kicking into it.
That's good, that's good. You gonna try one more time?
Yeah. Then.
Very good. Okay guys, I think this shows that, this is a great way to train your precision or any jump for that matter.
Yeah.
If you miss, it doesn't hurt. And even if
Yeah.
you miss, it's a small enough obstacle that you won't get hurt on. So it's quite safe actually. And so far it's very durable. So what do you think? Do you think it passed the durability test?
No, that is true. In fact, actually, I want to add one more thing to it. I ran my shin on it a few times. I hardly felt anything other than just tipping the cone over.
Right.
Okay, so definitely pass the durability test. But in addition to that, I think it's really safe to train almost anything on it.
That's true, that's true. Alright guys, so for the third and final attribute of the bar and cones from Decathlon, we're going to test how stable is the bars and cones for training. Usun, what would be the best way? I don't know what you did here, but what's the best way to test whether this thing is stable or not?
Okay, Marcus, as you can see, the bar right here is already quite high on its own, right? That's how we structure it. And you can see that it's actually already quite stable. It's not really swaying much or anything.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, so what we're going to do is we're actually going to train some power movements on this. Okay, so one of the best way to train it is actually doing box jumps, just jumping and crossing over it, right?
Nice.
Think you got that, Marcus?
Yep, let's do it.
Go for the first round. Let's go.
It's a very nice height, and I think because of the orange neon color, it's easy to aim. It's easy to see the height.
Yeah, it is. It does.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think that is actually quite easy for you, Marcus, right?
Okay.
Okay, so what we're going to do next is actually going to further test its stability, okay, by actually increasing the bar height.
Ah.
Okay.
Wow. Okay, so now it's at the hip level.
Yeah.
Alright.
In fact, it's still quite stable. It's not moving much. Okay, so next what we're going to do is we're just going to jump off this with the same box jump method.
Okay. Okay.
Let's go.
Very nice. Very soft landing. I'm gonna try to.
Okay,
Nice.
nice one, Marcus.
Feels good. Feels good. I want to try something. Okay?
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Because I want to try to clip it and see. Normally objects that are stable tend to hurt a bit more, and just want to see how this thing fares if somebody accidentally clips the leg. Okay.
Yeah, go for it. Okay.
Actually, that didn't feel too bad. I mean, it's enough to know that I clipped right at my feet, so I know exactly how high I did not go. So for example, if I jump up to here, I'll feel it here. If I jump higher, then I'll feel it up to here. So it's rigid enough to feel that feedback, but it's flexible enough that I won't injure myself. So I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I like your point. In fact, what we just saw right just now was you trip. Yes, it's rigid the whole time throughout this whole test, but anytime where you actually trip and have to fall over, the thing actually falls over together with you, minimizing any injuries at all.
Exactly, precisely.
Yeah.
So do you think it passed the stability and safety test?
Yes, I really do think it passed.
This is an awesome product. All right, guys, so we put the product to the test in terms of its durability, its stability, and its modular attribute. So Usun, what is your final verdict? What do you think? Would you use it as a coach?
Yeah, so talking about the key 3 attributes previously, as a coach, I will use it, right? So you have students coming from all levels. I think this product is actually great for them, as you can adjust its height due to it being modular.
Right.
In addition to that, you actually don't have to worry too much about the students' safety aspect, whether they'll injure themselves or not. Because as we've seen just now, even though we trip on it, we hardly injured ourselves at all.
True.
So I will actually implement it in any of my training.
And I have to agree with you. I mean, as a coach, right, this is definitely a lot more easier to carry around. One of the things that we didn't mention is that it's actually very light. It's so easy to just stack it up like this, and all of these are already light and easy to carry. You don't have to carry big, heavy, chunky metal stuff to train box jumps or carry a box around. So, good job, Decathlon. I think this is an excellent product. Definitely suitable for parkour because we like things modular and we like to do things outside and not in a gym.
Yeah.